Hi, I'm Dr. Susan, psychiatrist and author, and I want to help you jumpstart your love life. So let's talk about how to do that. I think the best way, the basics are what I call learning how to be your own brand of sexy. That means figuring out what you want, what works for you as an individual, and what strategies will help you get the goal of whatever kind of relationship you want. So there are 5 guidelines to being your own brand of sexy. 1 is you always have a choice. 2, media and peer pressure solutions might not be right for you. 3 is slow can be sexy. 4, your voice matters. And 5, if a guy isn't respecting your voice, move on. So today, we're going to talk about the first. You always have a choice. And that can be hard for some women to tell. Like, they might not realize when they actually do have a choice, because a lot of us are raised to be people pleasers. So we're a little more used to sacrificing our own needs and tuning into what other people want. And so then it's hard to figure out and be really clear about what it is that we want. And sometimes it's really hard to say no to something that someone else wants. So one of the good examples of this is someone who's trying to figure out whether to have sex with someone before they really know them well enough to know what they're getting into. And unfortunately, in our culture, there's so much pressure on women to be sexy and sexual that it just gets to be really confusing, because women might think, oh, if I say no, he won't ask me out again. He'll think I'm a prude. He'll think I'm a tease. Or, they think they've got to follow that toxic 3-date rule that says you're supposed to decide in 3 dates if, this is a really good idea or not. Women shouldn't follow that rule. You got to listen to your heart and protect your heart. But there's so much pressure that it can make some women be unclear about what they should do and whether they really do have a choice. So some women might think, well, I'm attracted to him. We'll probably have sex at some point anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead because that's what he wants, instead of thinking, maybe I really need to know him a little bit longer to try and figure this out. So it's really good to step back and see in any situation, especially if you're not 100% comfortable with it, to try and sort out, do I have a choice? What are my other choices? And we'll talk about how to handle those choices in the series that we're doing about how to be your own brand of sexy. But for today, I challenge you to think about, what are situations where you're not completely comfortable, but you aren't sure if you have a choice, and to try and identify the choices you're not sure that you actually have. Because your feelings are telling you something, if you're not completely comfortable, that maybe, you have more options than just this one. So if you want to find out if you're being your own brand of sexy, please take my quiz. There's a link here to that, or go to my website at beyourownbrandofsexy.com and read more there. And please get in touch. Let me know what you think or ask questions.